Razimus here. Working on new stuff, working on new videos. Let's just go for a walk, take a look at Turtle Cove. It's really tortoises in the desert, so hopefully we can find some. But we can talk about other stuff on the journey. A lot of people walk through here. A lot of joggers, dog walkers. After it rains, people with their trucks just want to get their truck really muddy. Just to show off in town that, look at me, my off-road vehicle has mud on it, proving I did go off-road. I always thought that was funny. We're talking within seconds after it rains, there are trucks out here. Within seconds. Anyway. So we're going to be looking for the tortoises. Sun's right on our face, so I might want to turn this around a little bit. But I do have a lot of videos in the works. I was working on a video about a celebrity, and I realized, you know what? Who cares about this celebrity? He doesn't need an umpteenth millionth video about him, you know? So I kind of put that project on hold until there's something interesting about this particular person worth making a video about. I was going to focus a couple of movies that this particular actor acts in, and I suppose I'll focus on that. It's just I wanted to focus on videos that are less celebrity focused and more esoteric, more magical. Like I was going to do a video on the Eye of Providence today. That famous Illuminati eyeball as it's known today, but 100 years ago it was strictly in a religious eyeball you would see on churches. It was symbolically representative of the eye of God. And then certain organizations hijacked it, and now it's famously known as the Illuminati eyeball. But I don't want to talk about that subject too much, because that's not what this video is about. But it's a controversial subject, because people will say I'm out of my mind even mentioning it. But I'm not. I may or may not have had an experience where I saw the eye, and in my opinion, it was a negative eye. So there's a dark side to that symbol, obviously, which is prevalent today, but I think there's a good side to it too. So the Turtle Cove, Turtle Valley. I first came across it when I was walking my dog. And my dog started barking violently. She was barking louder than I'd ever heard her bark before. But it reminded me of the bark she barks when she saw a snake. It's just her natural reaction. Oh, here's some rabbits. We've come across what look like some jackrabbits, some desert rabbits. Now these are going to be the main food source for bobcats and coyote. And there was a bobcat in my front yard the other day. 3 bobcats. What looked like a mom and 2 babies. I wish I got footage of that on video. So we're going to go over to the Turtle Cove, Turtle Valley over here. And more rabbits. We're just seeing a bunch of rabbits. This is now turned into Rabbit Valley. I know they're doing some construction around here, building new houses. So it's probably driving the wildlife even further on in until they don't have much left. But this is the area where I took my dog. And it was right by this boulder right here. Right next to that boulder. My dog was barking violently because she'd never seen a tortoise in her life. And she was just barking at it. And there was a piece of greenery about right here next to this boulder that the tortoise was eating on. It's not there anymore, but it was a particular favorite plant of the tortoises. And my dog didn't know if it was a danger or not because she'd never seen this animal before in her life. So she was warning me by barking very loudly at the tortoise. And I just pet the tortoise and we went on our way. Okay, I can tell you. I can actually tell you something paranormal about this area. It's interesting I'm in this area today because I didn't plan on bringing this up, but I would say it's a potential paranormal experience. They don't happen too often. Mostly it's just me walking around and nothing happens, all right? But we're talking, my dog was alive back when I was walking my dog years ago. Maybe 5 years ago, maybe a little bit more. I was walking around this Tortoise Valley right here, and I'm trying to find the tree. I'm trying to find the exact tree that it happened. See, they have a natural, well, it's an unnatural path created by people, so it's pretty easy to remember. We have this path and that path cross right here, and I remember one of these trees. I think it was a little ways up. An incident happened. Now, you judge for yourself, but I'm trying to guess what tree it was. Oh, here we have a one of the natural bugs of the desert. Not gonna step on you. Don't worry about it. You know, I think it was this tree, to be honest. I'm thinking it was this tree right here. So I was walking with my dog about 5 or 6 years ago. She has now since passed on. Rest in peace, Raven. And I walked by this tree, all right? And I'm pretty sure it was even that exact same branch right there. That branch right there. And I was just walking, just looking around. Maybe I was looking for meteorites. I've never found one. But, you know, when you see a meteorite TV show and they hype up the fact that meteorites are worth a lot and you can find them, you know, it kind of tricks you into thinking they're everywhere when they're not. But I was just looking around, just quietly walking through. My dog, Raven, had probably run up ahead of me a little ways. She was actually walking up here on the little hills. And I turned around and I literally saw this branch do this. I'm going to try to recreate what it looked like. It looked like that, right? And I was looking around, and then I looked at the branch and I literally saw the branch do this. As if something huge just jumped off of it. But the thing is, there was nothing there. It was invisible. So that is one paranormal experience I've had out here. Probably one of the most paranormal experiences I've had out here. Let's just face it. It's probably the most paranormal experience I've had out here. Usually it's just me walking around looking for tortoises, looking for meteorites, looking for nature. Just walking around, you know, just getting some fresh air, walking my dog. And I actually saw that happen. where the branch was weighted down by an invisible something. I just saw it as a branch. But when it jumped up as if something just got off of it, it was as if we're talking the fattest owl or the fattest eagle or hawk just got off of it. But the thing is, there was no bird in sight. There was no animal in sight. I didn't see anything. It was as if a monkey just jumped off of it. So I think it's possible an invisible entity was hanging out in this tree, saw me randomly looking around. Perhaps they don't know whether we can see them or not. Perhaps it thought I could see it when I couldn't. So it jumped off. I think these things are scared of us to a certain extent, especially if they think we can see them. The only time that's ever happened out here. So let's look for some turtles. It is near a cross path area, but I think the crossroads is more symbolic of the crossing of dimensions. I don't think it has anything to do with physical crossroads or physical cross paths. But I could talk about the X roads, the crossroads in the future. It's definitely an interesting subject. A lot of different cultures believe in it. It goes beyond the crossroad blues myth of the blues legend, Robert Johnson selling his soul. It goes beyond that. I don't know what that is. But this is the area, generally speaking, where I see tortoises occasionally. Today's not a good day because it's not raining. Tortoises love water. And they store up the water for months. Because it's so rare out here. They store it up. And the little turtle caves, or tortoise caves more specifically, the tortoise caves are just in the little valleys of these hills. And there was the one of that original tortoise, but it's since been destroyed. So I think it was abandoned, they moved, or they passed on. But tortoises are unusually fast. Because that tortoise back there, I saw it in one place, then I came back 15 minutes later, and he was very far away. Because I wanted to bring it some lettuce. Even though these desert tortoises have never seen lettuce in their life, I thought maybe it would want a treat. So I found its cave, thanks to my dog. She sniffed it out. She was like a bloodhound. She could sniff out anything. And here's the construction going on. Yeah, that construction is way too close. It's gonna change this whole area. So a lot of the animals that used to live over here now live over here because they're forced to. It's too bad. But let's venture to the top of this hill, see if we can get a view of what's going on. Okay. Someone's hunting here. Here's an arrow. Wow, it's the first time I found an arrow over here. It's interesting. I wonder what they're hunting. Carbon Force Desperado 2. Huh. Someone's hunting javelina, coyotes, bobcats. Pretty sure it's illegal to hunt all three of those. So don't be hunting out here. It's illegal. So, all right, here's an old barbed wire from years ago. is quite the workout climbing up one of these hills. Okay, this is the top. We have a family of quail. They're like, this is our safe space. What are you doing up here? Here's the construction going on. They built a new road. There used to be nothing but trees and bush. All right, so I'm a little bit out of breath, apologize. I'm not gonna hunt you guys. Quail, you don't have to be afraid of me. Quail are just really frighty, scaredy birds. I will make new content, new videos. I'm working on a lot. Just the editing time takes so long. But if you fight for the green, you can get your yellow videos turned green. It is possible. So, kids occasionally come up here to party. I've seen a couple bonfire parties, or with leftovers of what's after them up here. It's really close to my house, so the neighbors don't like that. Okay, there's a few ways to go down. This way is a little bit too steep. Let's go this way. So, invisible entities, they're all around us, everywhere. They are everywhere. You know, the story, folklore, fairy tales of fairies, gnomes, leprechauns, trolls, goblins, dragons, guarding treasure. You know, dragons do guard treasure. That's a true story. And the dragon is just symbolical representation of a certain type of entity. And they're tough. And they guard treasure. I could tell you a little bit about guarding treasure, you know. Have you ever seen treasure hunters hunt their whole lives? Well, I have, on those History Channel shows, Discovery Channel shows, Travel Channel, whatever channel it's on. And some old men are chasing the doubloons of some shipwreck, or the famous gold city of South America, or Central America, or they're chasing some buried treasure out in the mountains. Superstition Mountains has a myth of a room full of gold bars. And the gold bars are plated in metal, like iron, to disguise them to look like iron ingots when they're really solid gold bars. Superstition Mountains aren't too far from here, to be honest. We're talking not too many miles up there. Not too many, couple hundred miles or less. The Superstition Mountains. Someone lost the hood of, or the top of their, someone drove down this cliff thinking it was totally safe, and they lost it. But what's even stupider is they left it here. That's disrespectful to this nature, to this wilderness environment. Speaking of gold, I heard where you see a lot of black sand, you're going to see gold. I have tested that theory out, and perhaps it's true in some cases that are rare, but I have never found gold next to the black sand. And that black sand is called magnetite. It's simply a dust sand form of magnetite, a black rock, which I confuse with meteorites. I found many magnetite rocks out here. Not a single one of them are a meteorite. But magnetite's worth a couple dollars. It's not worth too much. But I did find a huge piece. That might be worth a couple bucks, but it's so heavy the shipping would be not worth it. So I was talking about the Superstition Mountains and how dragons guard gold. It's a true story. Let's say there is a cave full of gold bars in the Superstition Mountains. And let's just say, for the sake of example, that there's a hidden cave right there. If there was, I can assure you one thing. The dragon will guard it and not let humans near it, because dragons have to find that human worthy or manipulatable to their cause. If that human is not manipulatable or worthy in the eyes of the dragon, he's not going to let you in. Okay, my battery is dying. But I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus. I thank you for subscribing, liking, commenting, being a Patreon at patreon.com/Razimus. I thank you for watching. This has been John Razimus. Be seeing you.